And Destiny, did you have a question? I see her. Okay.
I think that we need to have a special meeting on these funds called special reserves. Because when you're talking about the cannabis funds, okay, that's just all the money we're getting from the tax from the cannabis, okay? It's not coming from tax dollars, it's coming from something different. So that may fall into a different category where we don't need to have a regulation on that. But each of the departments are setting their own cap. So you start bringing all these different departments in and saying, well, why do you need this much money? Because we don't even know the dollar amount. So I can't say a dollar amount, but why do we need so much money? Why can't everybody be capped at 25% like the regular reserve for the special funds? And that's where I would start. And if they want to go over, that means they're taking money and spending money that we didn't authorize. They're doing it because they say they need it, not the county board, who's responsible for all the budgetary. So I'm just saying we shouldn't be just like mixing apples and oranges by saying cannabis fund or this other fund when it doesn't include tax dollars. These departments, they're limited. They should be limited to the same cap. So we have to look at what are the caps now that they have? Why is somebody's cap higher? Why is somebody's lower? And come up with an equitable cap for the special reserve funds and figure out which ones we would eliminate out of that. But that's up to the county board. We're responsible for all the money. So when we're talking about cuts, there's a big cut right there. There's a huge cut because I'm not going to say it's happening now, but I remember back when I was fighting about bonuses or stipends or whatever. Certain people were on the board at that time. I think Denise was, Jackie was. I don't know if you were there, Joe, but land use was the worst. You know, they were getting $10,000 bonuses or stipends or whatever. And then we let it go because our leadership, Mr. Frizzalone, he said it's cheaper to just let them get that instead of giving them a raise. But I'm thinking they make enough money anyway, so why would they have to get a bonus? You know, so there was a big argument at the county at that time about it. So again, that goes with reserves, same thing. Why do we have no reserve cap for the special reserves? And everyone's talking like it's okay for this and okay for that, but there shouldn't be that. There should be a cap for everybody, and then we figure it out. And is that the right way to look at it, Rashawn?
Let me just ask a question really quick.
I'm asking,
first.
is that the right way to look at it?
I'm not sure what you mean by special reserve funds
There's
caps.
reserve funds that we have,
Right.
and that's like for emergencies or whatever, and that's capped at 25%. We don't go around and say, whoa, how much money does the reserve fund that for emergencies, how much should we really be putting in there? Okay, that's probably a state thing, but 25% is a lot of money. And then you turn around and you say, okay, what if you use some of that reserve fund because we needed it? Well, we replenish it the next year. That's all. We keep it at 25%. So with the special funds, why is it that we can have them in the budget, in our levy or budget or whatever, ever? It should be capped, that they can't get any higher.
So are you saying
And then they
that,
got to give us a reason for it to get to whatever they want to.
so are you saying that for the special funds, you know, that are dedicated funding sources that we can't use for anything else, that once they hit a certain amount, dollar amount, that we should no longer collect tax revenues for them?
No, you're way off.
Okay, I'm really confused
No,
by what you, but I'm
didn't
gonna,
say
I
that.
see Rashawn's shaking
I'm
it, shaking her head.
asking
So.
Rashawn if it's a correct budgetary process to have departments say what their cap is for special funds. Hell, what if they said they want 75% cap? And Jackie said because, well, they want to buy a car or they need a truck or something. Well, if they want that, they should be coming to the county board and then we say if we're going to let them get it or not.
I think I'm
So
just
I think
confused about what caps are. But go ahead,
If I
Rashawn.
may, I think So the departments with the special revenue funds, they present their budget request. The responsibility of the county board is to appropriate the funds, and that's done through the budget planning process. So when you're talking about capping or putting a cap on the special revenue reserves, I can tell you that some of the special revenue funds do not have a healthy fund balance or um, overzealous fund balance. So they only budget what they actually need, and the county board appropriates that. So what you're mentioning is going a little bit further than what the county board's responsibility is.
They come to us and say, we need a new roof. The computer system's broke. They come to us anyway.
If it's outside their budget.
Well,
Correct.
so the special reserve thing, if you have a cap where they can just do it on their own without going to the county board.
Well,
the
there's
cap
certain,
should- There
there's,
should be a cap on that special
There-
reserve that they can't do it. We need to put it there. That's what I'm saying. We, as a county board, legislative body in charge of the money, need to put the cap there. So they can't go over it ever without coming to us first.
Well, that's what
And
the
that's not
levy
bad.
is.
yes, so departments cannot go over budget, and there's policies in place that once the budget has been approved, the only way a department can spend throughout the year, if they need to increase their budget, or if they need to use emergency funds, which is the corporate fund cash reserves, they have to bring that request before the board and you approve that. So you see those requests throughout the year.
Right.
They cannot go over budget, and they cannot spend reserves
Okay.
without county board
So
approval.
why do we need to have special reserves then?
Some
So they
special,
don't have to come to the county board.
no, I
That's
think,
what it's
no.
about.
It goes for the corporate fund and as well as the special revenue funds. It doesn't matter which fund they're in. No one can overspend their budget or use cash reserves
Right,
without coming to the board. So I think
But they're not overspending their budget if
think
it's
you're-
in their budget.
you're right, because you've appropriated that
Correct.
during the
And
year.
I'm saying we should cap it. We need to take a step further and cap it. And I guess we're going to argue about this and the meeting will go on until 1 o'clock this afternoon. So I should shut my mouth and go sit down again. And, God bless everybody in the room. I hope you guys make some good decisions and make me happy.
And we can sit down and go over that one by one.